Hi everyone, welcome to DuoQueue. I'm Sally,
And I'm Rayla.
and let's just get into it. This week we're going to talk about our favorite Overwatch League streamers.
A lot of the people who are in the Overwatch League have somewhat of a community in the streaming because, especially I guess, now when we're doing off season because more people are streaming during off season because they have, time.
They're not locked in a windowless room for 12 hours a day, 6 days a week.
Yeah, so, I mean, they still are, but,
They do that
that's,
to themselves.
yeah, that's their life choice. They don't have, scrims and stuff.
Yeah, but there's a lot of them that will stream in their free time for whatever reason.
Because I enjoy it. I don't know, maybe.
Let's not make that kind of claim.
I know. A little bold of me, I guess. On today's rank, we just want to talk about our favorite streamers and just maybe stream experiences in general.
I'm going to kick it off by just saying that my favorite streamer is Bishu, who doesn't stream very often.
Yeah,
but
but
when he does, it's my favorite.
yeah, it's good stream when he does.
Because he has a small enough community that it actually feels like you're like, this is kind of dumb, but like he has the opportunity to pay attention to his chat a little bit more,
Yeah.
and you feel like you can kind of interact with him a little bit more because he has less people.
Even when drops were enabled and there were more people, it was still just the same few people talking as it always is. Like, even though there was more lurking, it was still pretty slow.
Yeah, and it also seems like he likes to do it. He likes to talk to chat, so that is also kind of a draw. And also he's fun to watch because he's very talkative in the game chat, like to his teammates.
He's very good at call outs, so it's cool to watch that because a lot of the streamers they don't do the call outs just because I guess either they don't think it's gonna help or they're tired of doing it, when they're actually playing. So
they're talking to their chat too.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting to watch Bishu because he's so vocal in game chat. It's kind of like getting a little insider seat. You get to kind of see what he might be saying on stage too, which I think is really neat.
Yeah, it's good.
And also he has the best emotes, so jot that down.
A little bee.
Put up a picture of his emotes again.
Again?
Again. Put up the picture of the bees.
Is Bishu paying you? How much is he paying you?
Put up the bee emotes again.
Can't believe Bishu's paying you. This podcast
is sponsored by Bishu.
Enter promotional code Bishu
at checkout wherever you do business with B shoes.
Yeah.
You do one.
Well, I mean, I feel like we kind of talked about this briefly in the first episode, but I feel like if we're going to talk about streamers, I should talk about Seagull because he's the whole reason I got involved in all of this. Like I had said a while ago, Rosie sent me a video, and I'm pretty sure it was one of his Genji videos, which you have also seen and had a certain reaction to.
What did I say? I want to eat my computer.
Yeah, and then I think you actually wanted to eat your keyboard, and then later you said you wanted to throw your computer into the ocean.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I still have a similar reaction.
But yeah, so at first I would just watch it, because he has a lot of his stream highlights on his YouTube channel. So I would just kind of put them on in the background while I was doing other stuff, and it'd just be, on there. And then I started watching his streams, and I'm not really I'm like a lurker. I don't really talk because his chat is wild, and there's a shit ton of people. I always like Seagull because he's very positive guy, I guess. He's just good. I don't know. I like him. And so I would watch his streams, and that led to me watching Overwatch League and all of that. So I would say he's probably... And I've been watching him for probably 2-3 years at this point.
Aww.
It's a very long time.
That's nice.
Yeah, so Seagull has a special place in my heart, even if he is no longer in the owl. still have to include him in this.
Press F in the comments.
Oh my god.
Put F in the comments.
No one's gonna do it.
I guess, like... Well, the only other streamer that I've really watched, I guess, is Surefour.
Yeah, which is a classic.
I guess, like, yeah, I guess he was, like, I guess Surefour was, like, the first streamer that I really watched. And I don't remember, like, I guess it was probably Steven, but I don't really remember, like, how I, like, found him, I guess. It was probably him.
Yeah, our friend Steven is a Surefour fan, and so I think it just, like, we ended up getting there somehow from there. I don't actually even know the direct
I don't really remember, but I remember liking watching him because I don't know, he has this kind of, like, whatever kind of sense of humor to him. So I thought he was funny. Like,
yeah,
while he takes the game pretty seriously, he also kind of rips at people who take it really seriously. But I think it's because he's so good he doesn't necessarily have to try very hard, which is kind of very complimentary to old Lane Roberts. He has this kind of interesting attitude that I think is I don't know, it almost borders on apathy, but you know, he actually does really care. Yeah. I always thought that was kind of funny and kind of interesting. Like, he took it seriously, but didn't act like he took it seriously. So, like, he was kind of, like, downplaying it. And I always thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that, like, he's probably one of the more entertaining Overwatch League streamers in the sense of, like, he plays the game really well, and then he's also really funny, and, like, I don't know, like, he handles it both really well, where he's, like, does the funny things, but also gets the job done in the game. Whereas, because, like, some of them are just, like, they're really good at the game, and they don't talk, they just play the game. Mm. But I feel like he does a pretty good job, like, balancing that, and it's a good mix. I don't know.
My favorite thing about Surefour is when someone asks him a question and he goes off for 20 minutes about how much he hates questions.
Stop asking him questions, everyone, for the love of God.
Stop asking Surefour questions. I swear to Christ. Just leave the man alone.
This podcast is also sponsored by shutting the fuck up and not asking Surefour questions, please. Unless, okay, I think we should, like, put a little asterisk by it. Because he enjoys... Okay, I'll let you finish laughing before we put my asterisk here. Are you composed so I continue what I was going to say?
Yeah.
Now that we're back from the laughter break, I would put an asterisk by that, because it's not that he doesn't like questions. If it's, like, a true, genuine, like, question, he's all about it. But, like, you know, it's the how can you instantly make me better questions and shit like that.
And also the how are you?
Yeah, it's questions. Like, if it's a true question, he will answer. It's not really questions, I guess, but, like, dumb questions.
Well, I guess this goes with pretty much anybody, is that I think a lot of times people will ask questions that they don't really care about the answer to, just to, like, talk to them.
Yeah, they
just to get them to almost bait them into responding to it.
They want, like, to be acknowledged.
Especially in bigger chats, I think that's a problem. Like, they just want they want their attention.
Yeah.
Like, they just want the attention of the streamers, that they just ask them anything, the first question that comes out. I think another streamer that I like, that I watch when I can, is, oh my god, that was, like, the worst. I like to watch Poco.
Okay, I want to introduce this because...
Introduce Poco.
This is my favorite thing.
I want to talk about Poco.
We all want to talk about Poco. So, this is my favorite thing about Poco is, I think the first time I watched Poco, I watched it because a friend of mine, he is a Philly Fusion fan, and I just, like, followed their Twitter for, I don't even remember why, but they tweeted out that Poco was streaming, and I was like, yeah, you know, I'm not really doing anything right now, I'll watch this stream, and I clicked it, and it was like the best stream ever. Half of it was in French. Another half was in duck, because he just makes noises, like duck noises. And then like a few words are in English. And I remember watching it, and do you remember what I told you? I go,
I don't know what you fucking said. My memory sucks.
I meant specifically to you. Like, I told you you're gonna love, like, that you would really like his streams. And I remember this because then you watched it and you're like, what about me told you that I was gonna love this weird ass shit? Because Poco is, and I mean this in the nicest way, his streams are very weird, but in a good way.
What about me as a person would suggest
Yeah.
that this would be what I'm into?
That is, yeah, that's exactly what he said.
Well, because one, I would say he primarily speaks French on his stream. I would say that's what he primarily uses. And even Poco, bless your dear heart, Gaia. Even when Poco speaks English, his accent is so strong that like it's sometimes really hard to understand him, even when he speaks English.
It is. It's very strong.
So like watching Poco stream is either he's talking in French or he's talking really quietly and really fast in English, and you're like, wait, hold on, I don't know what you're saying, or he's just making fart noises into the microphone,
which is the best.
Just saying like complete nonsense. He'll be in the middle of a sentence, someone will sub, and he'll go do 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 do, and then just keep talking.
It's
and you're like, oh my god! Even
committed.
if I spoke French, I have no idea what you're saying.
He's committed to it, and I respect that.
He has the best sub notification. That's just true. He is the best one. It's a little cat gif, and the cat is just walking, just a normal cat, but it plays like him singing along to the tune of Funky Town.
Yep, it does.
In like a doofy voice, do 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 do.
Like that's literally it.
Every single time, without fail, he sings along to it, whether it's on key or not, whether he's in the middle of a sentence, whatever he's doing, his whole mouth and brain and everything has to stop, and he goes do 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 do, and then goes back to what he's doing.
It's just, I don't know. I don't even know like what more to say about Poco besides I love him dearly.
He's also just nuts.
He is, yeah. Like his Saria is crazy.
Yeah, he's nutty. So it's like it's not even just that he's talking nonsense and do 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 do, and he's pulling up Pingu in between games or playing Tetris.
We didn't even talk about that yet.
It's not even any of just the entertainment things. It's just that he's really, really good.
And then I would say, along with Poco, I started watching Unco, who I adore so deeply.
My beautiful boy.
I don't watch his streams live a lot of times, because he streams at the fucking wildest times. Like, it'll be like 4 a.m. and he'll go, like, I'll wake up and he went live at like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. And it's like not even when he's like in France, it's like when he's still in LA, so it's like still a bad time for him. So I'm like, Uncle, what are you doing? But I watch, when I can, I watch him live. And then he also does his stream highlights, which are a blessing. And I just, Uncle, like, he sings, which is like probably my favorite thing.
Get a low, get a low, get a low, get a low. He has like the most ridiculous voice.
Like, I'm a mess by, how do you say your name? I never know how to say it.
BB Rexa.
BB Rexa. That is like, we call that the Unco song, because there was just one stream and he listened to it like just on repeat constantly.
Yeah, he just had it on repeat for like 2 hours.
And he would just sing along, and it was just so good. And then, like, I don't know, I just love Uncle streams because he's always just listening to music and singing along. And
you also like that he pops in on other people's streams too.
Yeah, like, I'll be watching, like, I mean, you know where this is going. I'll be watching soon, and then it'll be shut up. It'll be like, I think it was saying it was like he's like I'm gonna play solo, and then like 5 seconds later, Uncle shows up with Starbucks and's like, "What up?" And then suddenly it was a duo because he just like pops in and suddenly he's there. And he does it with like AKM. He does it with everyone, like Poco, and he just joins
Yeah,
in.
Uncle almost always has a duo, but he almost always has someone else to play with, which I think is kind of fun because he like
Plays off him very well usually.
yeah, he's kind of talkative, and I think it suits him well to play with others.
Yeah. I always like. I don't mean this in a bad way, but he has a very like. He always sounds so sad. Like, just the way he is, like, you know what I mean. He's like, oh no, and just like,
oh no,
and he just has like a whiny voice, but not like a whiny annoying voice, but just like it always just sounds like when he's upset, you can just feel it. It's very emotional, I guess, would be where I was going with that. I don't know.
That's just how support mains are.
That's true.
Always crying.
Yeah, I feel that.
For good reason, but while we're just checking off the list, why don't we talk about Soon?
We just check them off the list.
Mm-hmm.
So we all knew this was coming. We all knew I was gonna say it. Did you put your bingo sheet and check the point where it really talks about Soon? Because we've arrived at that point. So
welcome to the Soon segment.
Of course, I love watching Soon. I don't know. I think it's really nice about his community because he has a lot of viewers, but it's still not a lot of people talking. I think more people watch him to just because I guess it's not that he doesn't interact with chat, but he's just kind of a quiet boy. So he doesn't really put on like those big personalities. That maybe that's why. But his chats are usually relatively small, even with a lot of viewers. So it's kind of nice to just talk to like people that you see all the time in it. And
his chat, I think, don't they do a good job of like if like the language with like the language barrier?
Yeah, like his chat's really nice. Like I remember Soon was saying something, I don't remember what it was, and I was suddenly people in the chat just started listing off games, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And then both Soon in chat people explained to me in English that, oh yeah, I'm looking to play another game. So and chat's usually pretty good about like I know there's a couple people that'll be like, oh, if you have any questions or whatever, like I can translate for you. So
which
I don't know.
Is nice.
I think that's really nice. And then you know about what this Soon recently streamed Life is Strange, which you watched with me, and
I did.
He plays. It's English but with French subtitles, and then he always like his like at the end he explains his reasoning, and then he would always make sure to explain it in English so like both sets of viewers could know. And he does that a lot. Like he'll start a stream or when he's ending, like he'll say it one way and then say it another way. So he'll repeat himself just so like everyone knows what's going on. I don't know. I just think
understands.
I think that's really nice because I don't know a single word he's saying when he speaks French, but I'm here anyways watching.
Well, I think it's nice. I think it's inclusive of him.
Yeah, it is.
I think he's aware. I think that's a good thing for him to do.
Yeah, because like
to include everyone who's there.
Yeah,
as best as he can.
Yeah, he also primarily speaks French, but like I know when I'm there in chat, at least if I like talk in English, he will like respond to what I say in English and like repeats himself in English just so like I can also watch and know what's going on, which I appreciate because otherwise I would just be watching and be like, yeah, cool. So I don't know, I think it's nice. I'm quite fond of the community because it's kind of small, but like I would say there's about like 5 of 6 of us that like talk and try to like get together and play games and stuff, so it's kind of nice.
Yeah, I guess the other one I watch off and on because he streams off and on would be Silk Thread. I guess I like to watch Silk Thread because he plays a variety of heroes like really well. I like to watch Silk Thread because he also is another one that will interact with his chat pretty frequently or do his best to. But
Yeah,
I don't know. He's got a good sense of humor on him,
he
I think.
does. I like Silk Thread. Like I also try to watch him whenever I can. Like I said, he's just like it's also that nice like small community thing. I would feel like.
I guess I would like to watch more of the Korean streamers. Like I would like to watch like Fisher and stuff, but it's so much I understand so little that
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's a little bit different with like Soon and Poco and Unko because they
Mm-hmm.
do speak a little bit of English and they'll toss it out there, but it's kind of difficult
Yeah.
to not understand anything, which I guess is just my own thing, but I would like to watch like SBB and stuff because I think they're really funny, but it's like I don't know.
Yeah.
I get kind of I don't know when I can't understand with anything that's happening. I kind of tune out.
So I've watched Effect a few times, but it's a little bit different for Effect because he does like probably because he doesn't play on a like complete Korean roster. He like does speak English in his streams, not a lot, but like sometimes when he like playing like with his team, he'll talk to them and stuff. And I don't know, his streams are pretty nice. I haven't watched a whole lot. I just like Effect though.
Yeah, and like OG, I'd like to watch OG too. Which I think he just a little bit more of, like you said, probably because he doesn't play on an all-Korean roster. Like they speak a little bit more.
I'm so glad you brought OG up because he's on my list because I wanted to talk about one specific thing, and I hope you know where I'm going.
But yeah.
So I just love OG to begin with. I think he's very funny. I love watching him and Bishu play together because it's really cool to see like Bishu will like speak Korean to him and like they'll do call outs in Korean, but then also like normal, so like the rest of the team. So I don't know, I always thought that was really cool. Like I enjoy hearing that.
Bishu is so impressive.
He is. But OG is just like I love him and like I said, I haven't watched him a lot, but I will never forget the one stream I for sure watched, which is when he cooked for Unko.
As you do.
As you do, and it was so fucking funny because first off, he made it was ramen, right?
Yeah, it was too spicy.
Spicy. And then after he made him ramen, Uncle had to explain to him the difference between toilet paper and paper towels. Which was so fucking funny because, oh my god.
This is for your ass, bro. Your ass.
It was like Uncle was so concerned, like the look on his face as he
holds it up and he's like, "This is for your ass, bro." Like trying to just drill that information into him as best as he can.
I love that stream so much.
This is for your ends, your mouth, for everything.
Oh my god, I love them.
Fucking Uncle. The free sentence he says is just swallowed back in his throat because of his accent.
Oh, I love it so much.
Oh my god. That was a good one, you're right.
Yeah, I know. I had it on my list because I wanted to talk about it.
I think he's funny.
OG is so funny, and
yeah, he's very personable. So I think he's really fun to watch. Just because he just has he has a really good sense of humor on him.
Yeah, he's good, and he's good. Like again, he's like really good too. I mean, I guess that's true about like all of them, but
yeah, that can kind of go without saying. But
yeah, but you know, OG's good. I'll say it. I'll go on record.
Wow, huge.
I know, right?
It's very. How could you say something so controversial and yet so brave?
Thank you for acknowledging it. Did you have any others?
I don't know. That's it.
I had one more that I don't have a lot to say, but I felt we should bring it up anyways because they're a favorite of a friend of ours, and I want to talk about Snow, who is our friend, who our friend Joe loves very much. And
hi, Joe.
Hi, Joe. You're the best. So, Snow, he used to be on Boston Uprising. I've
He now
only
plays for a contenders team,
he
right?
does. It's like Sky Foxes. I don't know. It's something like that. But yes, he's on a
Google
contender.
it. Google Snow Overwatch. It'll tell you.
Snow Overwatch. Hello, where is Snow Overwatch?
Well, I'm not telling you to do it.
No, I'm Googling it right now. This is a Brazilian player named Snow. Maybe don't Google Snow Overwatch, because that's not...
Okay, our Snow now plays for Sky Fox.
Hell
In contenders.
yeah. Anyways,
There
Snow, he, like I said, our friend Joe watches him, and I've gone to a couple of his streams, and he's just, like, so sweet.
He's very positive.
Yeah, even on Twitter and everything, he's always, like, tweeting positive messages. And
yeah, do yourself a favor and follow Snow on Twitter. Snow Overwatch, I think, is what it is. But
yeah,
it's very uplifting.
Yeah, he's very uplifting. He's funny. Like, I just think he's like a really nice, like a little shout out to someone that, like, you know, we haven't talked about 40 times on this 3-episode podcast.
Well,
And I just think Snow is very nice, and I enjoy him, and he deserves love and attention.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. It's always nice to watch someone who has kind of a good attitude about what's going on.
Yeah, so that was our shout out of the day to Snow Overwatch. For our arcade section of the podcast, we thought we would do something a little fun. A part of the streamer side is they have commands that they use, which is just like, you know, little things that you can do them. So the bot will say stuff for you so you don't have to say it like a million times or whatever. So for this arcade, we wanted to both make up our own, like, what our commands would be, but also, you know, like, offer some suggestions to, like, some players out there what commands they should also have.
Well, I also picked out my favorites they have.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna come out swinging, and I'm gonna say that Custa for sure has the best, the best commands.
Custa has some pretty good ones.
He has the best ones. Not even some pretty good ones. They're the best.
Yeah.
Like he has one the command is all the commands start with exclamation point and then whatever it is. That's how Twitch knows you're talking to the bot, I guess.
Yeah.
But he has one that's it's 1v1 and it says you won't coward.
Oh, I love it.
And then he has one that's backseat. And it says, thank you for your opinions, not Team Australia coach, which every single one of these assholes should have that one.
They
should be like, insert whatever team they're on. Like, and that will just, it's just, that's it. That's just a blanket statement. That's it.
I agree.
That's all there is. He has one that's reading.
Oh,
it's Scott reading comprehension Kennedy tricks again. Which I assume means that when he messes up reading something, everybody spams that command.
Yeah, I would say
which
so.
is what I would do. And then this is another one that I think every single one of these assholes should have, which is spoilers. And it says, no, Custa will not talk about future strats and comps or any of the players' situations. Like, WTF, that would be so stupid to talk about that on Twitch.
I love it. So
good. It should be required.
It should.
It should
Everyone
be
should have
required
that.
for all of them. Like.
Yeah, I agree. So I would say give a special shout out to some of Dak's commands, which a lot of them aren't there anymore, but I want to give a shout out to Hugs, who is the mod that I'm friends with that have made them because they were really fucking funny. Like his playlist one, it would just be Dak doesn't know how to share his playlist and he's not willing to learn, which is so fucking funny. And then
like a huge mood.
Yeah. And then people would always come in and ask if he was sad, and we had one that was just face, and that's just how he looks, which is also very good.
Uncle should have that one.
Yeah, so he has exclamation how are you, and it's Dak is fine, and then exclamation how are the games are fine. Which is very good.
those are what Surefour needs, since he
Yeah.
hates being asked questions.
Since that kind of gives you, if you didn't know what commands are, if you're not very savvy with Twitch, it's kind of like a look at them, and then now we'll like give some that like if we were the streamers and we had commands, what ours would say.
Well, a really popular command for lots of the Overwatch League streamers, if not all of them, is commands that correspond to like the equipment they're using.
Yeah.
Like what kind of keyboard they use, and what kind of monitor they use, and what kind of pants they're wearing, and what kind of chair they're sitting in, and what kind of mouse they use.
Yeah. A mouse is very popular.
Mouse is so popular that people, like, every single time you're watching a stream, at least once, if not more than once, someone will come in and just do ! mouse.
If I have the mouse that they use, I too can be fucking good.
Well, you can be proof, really, because you have Soon's mouse.
I do. I have Soon's mouse, and I'm fucking bad. So it doesn't work, kids. It doesn't matter what mouse you have.
Really want a mouse in a game. So, I don't know what to tell you.
I won Soon's mouse. I have it. I'm still shit at the game, so sorry about your luck, but that's just how it is.
But if I played Overwatch and I was a streamer, I would... my mouse command, which this is true, they would come in and they would do ! mouse, and it would say, "It's blue and from Target."
It's blue and from Target.
Because that's what it is. I have no idea. I'm looking at it right now. I have no idea what brand it is.
I mean,
it doesn't have any kind of information on it. It's blue, and I got it at Target, and that's it. That's all you need to know, kiddos.
That's because it doesn't have a brand, because it's a shitty mouse. It's not even, like, worthy of a brand.
Be nice to my mouse. What the fuck? Hello?
What is, I'm gonna come into your chat, and I'm gonna do ! keyboard.
It's attached to my computer. It's just the one that came with the computer. Which I also can't tell you what kind of computer that is. !
Monitor.
Also attached to the computer. It's all one piece. Like, it's just got a hinge. Yeah. So, I don't know what to tell you about that.
That's good.
And then I would have ! sins, which they would come in, they would type ! sins, SCNS, and the command would say, "You already know more than me." Because I don't even know what that stands for. And the one that says, what is it, DPI, they would say the same thing. They would both say the same thing, because I don't know what that is. So...
I also had those written down, and my sense would be, "Listen, my guy, I don't know shit about what I'm doing. You don't want to know what I'm using."
I don't know dick about shit, so...
And then my DPI would be, "I'll be real with you, champ. I don't know what this means, because, to be honest, I don't know." I don't know what a DPI... What does it mean? I'm not... I mean, like, I have a vague sense of what it means, but, like, really, I don't know what it means. This is just, like, in general talking about since, because we're here. I'll never fucking forget when we were watching Soon play Life is Strange, and some asshole comes in and does ! since. And I'm like, he's playing a fucking choose your adventure game, and you just came in here and dropped ! since? Like, calm down, slow down there.
It was important. I would also have one that said ! followage, and it would say, "What the fuck are you looking for when you type this?"
Do you really not know?
No.
That is what they do when they want to know how long they've been following your channel. So follow age, how long they've been a follower.
Oh my god! I didn't know that was follow age.
Yeah, follow age.
I thought it was follow age. Okay.
I like your answer better, though.
Well, either way, why do you care? And also, why don't you know?
And why don't you know?
And then I would have one that's uptime, which usually just says, like, the streamer has been live for however long. Mm-hmm. And mine would say, "Mind your business."
I had one that's just ! SR, And it's like, please don't ask this question. It's bad.
And then I would have one that said !duo.
Yeah.
And it would say, read with your eyes.
Damn. Got him.
So.
You got him good.
Yeah. Well, or it would say, ask chat.
Ask chat.
Because 90% of the time when somebody goes, who are they duoing with? It's a mod or someone in the chat who's explaining it anyway.
Yeah, it's true. People are gonna answer anyways. I like ask chat. That's funny. This is what all of mine would be. It just says ask chat.
Ask chat.
Whatever chat says.
Whatever chat says. They know. They know better than me.
Yeah, they do. It's true. Did you have any suggestions? I have a couple.
Go for it.
Which is, it's kind of based off of like the custom one that you liked, but it's just ! leak, and it just says, I like my job, so I'm not gonna say anything.
It's a really good one. I'd like to continue playing for this team, so I'm gonna keep my mouth zipped. Thank you.
So I'm good. And then this is the one that we came up with for Shirt 4, which is just ! how. So like if they ask him how he is, how games are, it just says fine. Like everything's fine. Just don't ask.
Everything is fine and nothing matters.
Just fine.
It doesn't even need to say that. It could just say, I'm not taking fucking questions.
No questions, please.
No questions. I'm not answering them.
No, thank you.
The only one I had was it would be attention, and it would just say, I see you.
Yes, that's the perfect one, actually. It, like, adds them and says, I see you.
Yeah, it says, I see you. I have seen what you've said.
Attention granted.
That's it.
I love it. That's so fucking good. Another command that I think would just be, like, generally useful would just be one that's, like, ! tips. And it just says something like, nothing I tell you in a command can help you be better at the game. Because, like...
Fuck! Who had a tips one? Oh, I think it was Muma. Hold on. I gotta look. It's gonna bug me. Somebody had one. I think it was Muma, but it was, it was a meme. But
yeah, I think it was. Well, no, it's just, like, because people would just, like, want tips, but, like, literally nothing that they can tell you right now is gonna instantly make you better. So, I don't know. It's just, that should be a command, I think.
Here we go. This one should be in everybody's. Poco has a command that's just tips, like you said, but it pops up with pro tips, don't die, and kill people.
That's it. That's what you need to do to be good. Fucking nailed it.
That's it. That's the game. I would add one more.
Is it stay on the payload?
Yeah, it would be stay on the point.
Yeah, stay on the objective, whatever that is. And that pretty much covers our subject of streamers. So, for the one viewer out there, if you have a favorite streamer, if you want to leave it in the comments, go for it.
First press F for Seagull, and then name of your favorite streamer.
That's the two things you gotta do. But, as always, thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Join us next week where we're going to talk about our favorite friendships.
Yeah!
Because we're friends, so why shouldn't we talk about friends?
What?
Was that a spoiler? I'm so fucking sorry.
I
leaked our friendship.
Spoilers, Rayla. Now they don't even need to listen.
Oh, fuck. But, yeah, so join us next week where we talk about our favorite friendships. So, for now, GG, go next.
GG, go next.